Well, hello, everybody. We are live and welcome to the Dream Team. And of course, I've got our beautiful Nick with us and Jasper. So, how are you going, Nick?
Oh, I'm feeling fantastic. I'm on a whole new pathway at the moment and enjoying where I've come from, where I am, and where I'm going all at the same time. But thank you for asking.
And I'm not surprised because you went through a very big purification and initiation, with your physical body, your ankle, everything else. So I'm not surprised at all. So yeah, but and who we got on? We've got Kathleen V on, Marie, Christine. Hi guys, and how's everyone going out there in our beautiful chat community? Yeah, let us know how you've been feeling, what's been happening. I mean, I've been a little bit tired, but apart from that, I've been feeling really okay. So, which is nice. But yeah, just there's a lot of shifting going on, as Nick was saying as well. So yeah, so Nick, what have you noticed within yourself from that big purification you went through?
The first is there's this sense of peace. I'm tapping more into that piece of the inner and the outer world. I'm more aware now of seeing everything that is happening in my external world is me creating it.
Yep.
Rather than being a victim and thinking it, not that I'm victim mentality, but we do slip into that occasionally. And I've really been embracing the ability to be able to speak my truth in a different way to where I thought I had before. It's really opened that up more and more for me and feel very comfortable about it. Yeah, and so had some interesting dreams as well that have tied in with our topic for the day, as well as the journey that I've been on. And as I said to Marie earlier, we're in a pinch point now where we're seeing both sides equally, and we're making choices now. And it's the choices we're making are really, really important. So use this week, which is Marie's birthday week, her ultimate incarnation time, to let go of some of those things that don't serve us anymore. It's just the stories we play out in our head. We don't need them.
Absolutely. And, it's about catching it too, isn't it? And going, oh, just watch that. So, but Kathleen, yeah.
Kathleen says, hi, Kathleen. A few days ago, I was sleeping for 2 days. So many naps in a day, 4 to 5. Knew it was a shift, though. Yes.
Exactly. And, it's great because then there's not this beating ourselves up or, oh, I'm so lazy. It's like, oh, perfect. I need to have a nap. Great. There's a change going on. And I think it's just the way to be. It's just being gentle with ourselves. Because we've been taught in society, we've been indoctrinated to think we have to be busy all the time or we're useless. So I think it's wonderful when we can listen to that as well. So, yeah, so Marie's popped something up as well.
I did the I am safe, I am at peace. Woke and knew I had to let go with love a family member. I was close to growing up. 2 songs with it, long, long time, and I will always love you, Linda Ronstadt.
I love it, Marie, when you get the music. I often will get the music to go with the message, and it's just so confirming. So that's really beautiful because it's not easy, is it, to let go of people. And I was actually just telling Nick, I had this weird dream where I was people from the past and I was shooting them, and I went, I don't shoot people, what's going on? So I ran to the lift to try and go up, and but one of them, that was one of the nice ones, came up to the lift, and I went, oh, okay. But I know, as you said, this is letting go. This is letting go of whatever my subconscious belief is around that or my wounding around it. It's time to let it go. Exactly. So I think you're right. Yeah. So
it served us well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not there to serve us anymore. We've got new things that will serve us.
Totally new things that will serve us. So, yeah. And thank you, Kathleen, for the birthday wishes. And Kathleen's is the week after, so we've got another beautiful Scorpio in our midst.
Yeah. That would be so bizarre if it's the same day as mine.
Yours?
Mine's on the 8th.
Of November, that's right. Yeah. Oh, well, Kathleen, let us know. Actually, Kathleen, thank you for your amazing your amazing dream you sent in. I'm just going to double check that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so thank you for your amazing dream you sent in, and I love the question that you've posed at the end. I think that's going to bring about some really good, deep discussion and really help a lot of people. So, Kathleen, can you give me, just even if it's your birth month and year, if you don't want to put your whole birthday up, it's just that I wanted to look something up for you, so that we can talk about, so Kathleen's the 6th. So, and just, can you put your birth year in there, Kathleen? Because I actually want to look up your actual, I call it your current, yeah, and I'll explain it to you because I think it's quite relevant for the question you've asked as well. So, yeah, I'm just going to pop off my emails because they're going to ding. There we go. That'll do it. So 67. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think you are what I think you are as far as Chiron wounding, and I'll explain that to everyone in a minute. I'm going to look it up, but we'll do, first of all, we're going to look into the. I think we'll look at the dream and the question first because they're very poignant. So, okay, so 67. Let's see. I think I know what you are. Yes, yeah, you're the same as me. Yeah, which is Pisces. Now, when we talk about a Chiron wounding, you might have heard me talk about this before, but this is our, so how I explain it is easily is that the soul comes in and it gives itself a challenge. So in other lifetimes, if we've experienced some trauma or whatever around a certain area, the soul will go, well, let's master that. Let's have a lifetime where we can work on it and master it. So when we talk about a Pisces Chiron wounding, that the soul, it's around faith. So for many of us, we would have been burnt at stakes for our faith. We would have been taunted, thrown out for our faith. So we actually could go into fear quite easily when we're going through an initiation and when we have to have faith. But it's those hard times, it's those initiations that I've found will push me to have to find faith again, and that trust and that relief that comes up when that comes through. And that's a real soul wounding, but when we master it, then we are manifestors and we just have this faith that people really resonate with. So Kathleen, that's and I thought you might be a Pisces wounding just because of the way you've worded this, because I went through exactly the same thing. So you're not alone. So yeah, so let's have a little look at Kathleen's dream to start with.
So 2 nights ago, as I was closing the back door, a mountain lion was coming straight at me. My grandson was on side yard and I was afraid it was going to go after him, so I ran out to the front. Do you want to change it to the next one? Door to warn him, but it was walking beside him and he wasn't afraid and it wasn't aggressive.
So I'll pop up Kathleen's comment.
So mountain lions in Native American, strength and protection. I think it was a message that I am protected by guardians, and so is my grandson, but I am wary of my guardians. I am always praying for protection and guidance, but not trusting it sometimes, whereas my grandson is protected and I need to trust that he is. I fear that he will be harmed. Also, I have never tried channeling because of the fear that it would bring negative beings.
Yeah, so completely understand this. I remember when I was even in my late 20s and stuff, I used to go, oh, channeling's really bad. You know, I was also in that mindset because I didn't have the understanding of faith or knowing of how to make sure and discern that things were actually of a high vibration and truly guiding, rather than those, you know, yes, you can have beings and entities that maybe aren't of a higher vibration. So, so I think this is brilliant that you've actually brought this up. So we'll quickly have a look at your dream though, because you're not going to believe this, but there was actually a lion in my dream last night when I was shooting these people. Okay, that's really weird. There's a line there while I'm trying to shoot these people. so there you go. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? So a mountain lion, like, they're strong, aren't they? And they, you know, they live in a fairly tough environment. So it's interesting though that your grandson's there now. If we look at something like a grandson, as well as it being a reality for us, what does it mean internally? So Nick, do you want to answer that one?
If I got this dream, and you're talking about the inner child of the grandson, but also it's the masculine side as well. And I'd like to also ask for a further comment down there, Kathleen, about if you know which side of the yard it was that you said your grandson was on the side yard. I'm actually feeling into this that, and this is actually tapping into something for me. It's igniting something in me as well. Is that Chiron thing that we're talking about, that wounding, has been because we've had very emasculated eras where we've suppressed that intuition, which is the female side. So I'm actually feeling that this is where that trust comes in for you. Is it trusting that intuition, knowing that it will lead you to where you need to be? Because perhaps we've had lifetimes where it's been suppressed, and that's that fear that comes in. And Lion is giving you that courage to say it's okay. You can do it.
Yes, and I agree totally. And Kathleen, it's so interesting because this would go for a lot of people. A lot of people will resonate with this, but as well, I actually find that I don't know. In this lifetime, I've been told that we are safe. We can work from the highest possible frequency, from the most expanded consciousness. We are safe. And I remember I used to tell my cells and my body every day, once I recognized what was going on with my fear around this faith, was it's okay, it's safe. We're just taking one day at a time. This is a different lifetime. And it's so interesting because I felt like I could let go a little bit more of that fear. And so the first thing that's come up is the Fool, which is this new way of being, this new experience that we haven't had in other lifetimes before. So, and then the Queen of Pentacles. This is amazing because she is someone that really contemplates, a female, the intuition that really contemplates reality for herself. So I feel this is like me getting that message when I was going through these sort of questioning as well around, or what can I trust? Is it me? Is it God I'm talking to? Is it my ego? This went on for a long time for me. But oh my God, and you're not going to believe the next major arcana card that's come up. It's the Chariot. So the Chariot is all about us finding spiritual balance before we move forward. So these cards are just perfectly depicting what's going on. So Kathleen, I feel, and if anyone's got any ideas around this that's worked for them, pop them up about how did you learn to know or to trust that it was your divine being speaking to you, or it was your angels or guides speaking with you, because there's so many really neat ways to get around it, So now I can just feel their vibration and I know, but I actually don't look outside myself much. Sometimes there's so many angels around me. It's like, okay, you got a message for me or you want to interact. But I more often than not now just go straight into my beautiful big heart and talk to God. That's me, So some people will go through Yeshua, through Jesus Christ, to make themselves feel safe. Some people will put up a bubble and ask 3 times, are you my true guide? Are you my true guide? Are you my true guide? I know people that do it that way and they have to get yes 3 times. So it's almost like you make a little ritual for yourself of safety or protection. I mean, you can always, again, raise your frequency of vibration, use your white light, use your violet flame. I love sage. I love smudging with sage as well because it's a ritual and it's physical and I can smell it, and it's beautiful. So it's really about what works for you. But at the end of the day, Kathleen, this is giving you an opportunity to start to tap in deeply to your faith as well. So, it's interesting, isn't it? So Christine's popped something up as well.
So I'm Chiron in Pisces too. We're here to help each other. I love living in this time and all the lessons I've learned and how far I've come. I've really had to lean into my faith this year. So cool.
Yeah,
absolutely. It is, isn't it, Christine? It's so cool. And on top of that, yes, I am the same. I'm also Chiron in Pisces, of course.
Yes.
We are. We're connected as a soul group. to do certain things, and we're triggering each other in that. We all have different roles to play in it.
Yes.
So I particularly like how you said, I love living in this time, because I think we're starting to realize that now. That this is magic where we are. We're just starting to put our toe into it now.
Yeah, and we chose to be here for this, definitely. So, it's and they say that over many other different experiences in lifetimes, there's not many of us that have been like star seeds that have actually got together physically in those realities. And this reality, I would say hundreds of star seed soul people that I know have come together, because together we are magic. And I love that you say we do it together and we help each other, which we absolutely do. So, yeah. But my beautiful friend Tanya's on, so.
Hi, Tanya. I wish I had a dream to share, but I don't remember them. I do have shungite and amethyst crystal by my bed. I often have the feeling that I have been very busy, waking up very tired, but don't remember.
Yeah. And that's really common as well when we're older souls and we've got we have experiences. I mean, it's interesting, Tanya, that you said that, because the other night I remember I woke up at 4 o'clock and I was like, oh no. So I went, I'm going to put myself back to sleep. And I did, and I hadn't remembered my dreams up to them. But then when I went back to sleep, my beautiful friend Jane came through. It's only the third time she's come through. She's a friend that passed away, and she came through, but it wasn't just a normal dream. It's like we were going down into these emporium type places and having to decide how we were going to work with things. And it was like a lucid dream. So I felt like I was awake, but oh my God, it was busy, and we had to use our intelligence and our belief systems to actually work out what was going on. And she was doing it in different ways to me. And I went, that's okay. No, this is how I want to do it. So it was like, so Tanya, yeah, we can actually have really busy dreams, and often I don't remember them. It's just that I'd woken up at 4 and then I happened to remember with that dream. So yeah, so don't worry if you can't remember dreams. So Tanya wants to know any suggestions. So if people, I know some people on here haven't been fantastic to start with at remembering dreams, but what is it that's helped you the most? If you can all put in one thing that you found helped you the most to remember your dreams. So yeah, that would be really, really cool. So what was I going to say? So I mean, Tanya, for me, I mean, I don't know. I've been blessed. I could remember them since I reckon before I was born. I think this has just been one of my things. It's like, I used to get so excited. I'd run to school and my friends would wait for me to come to school to tell them my dreams. It was so exciting. So, but sometimes I'll go for periods without being able to remember them. And I feel exactly like what Tanya said. I'm off in the ethers somewhere working, and I'm tired when I wake up because I know I've been busy. So, but I think writing it down. So Tanya, even if you keep your a piece of paper and a pen, like even under your pillow, and one word, if you can just remember one word or a color from your dream, sometimes that can just trigger the whole dream back. So yeah, so don't go busy. Don't get busy in your head straight away. Make sure you just take a few breaths when you wake up. You're in that sort of sleepy state. Straight away write it down before your brain, because I know you're an active. Tanya's battery operated. She's so funny. She's busy and active, and she's so fit and healthy and everything. And it's like sometimes you've got to stop and slow down at that time of the morning to just remember. So give yourself permission to slow down would be what I would say. So, okay, so Marie's popped something else up there as well. There's quite a few actually we'll go through.
Yeah. I keep telling myself I want to remember, and sometimes quartz crystal next to me.
Okay, so that works for Marie. So that's one thing. So try maybe swap out the shungite for some quartz. What are you getting there, Nick? Are you picking up anything intuitively, Tanya?
Yeah, I'm actually getting the feeling that a lot of the dreams you're having, because what does a dream? What is a dream? The dream is an experience that you're having in the astral, which is we have that forgetfulness when we come back into the physical body on our waking, which is ironic because we call it waking, but it's the opposite way. When we go,
today's title, which Nick gave to me, is your life a dream you are remembering? Exactly.
Yeah. So if you turn it the other way around, you're actually having your experiences out there in the astral, and then whatever you're dipping into all the choices. And this has been a big drop in for me this week, really getting this, is that you've got all infinite possibilities. You can't possibly play them out in a physical body. As it is, we're already exhausted from all the mental, physical, emotional stuff that we got to work through. So by being in that dream phase, you're able to go, oh, what would it be like if I went down this path or this path? And quite often we're having so many experiences that they all start melding in together. And it's the mind hasn't got the capacity to remember all of it or to break it all down, because, you know, one minute you're in a boat, the next minute you're holding a mushroom, the next minute you're kicking an egg, or they're all different things that are playing out. And so we remember keys to those things, so that if we want, it's like giving us a memory for them for when we play them out in the real life. But you're going to play them out anyway. You know, it's not like if you don't remember your dreams, you're not going to have the best experience possible for you. You are still going to enact them to some degree. So I get the feeling, to be honest, that you're doing so much work out there in the astral that you don't need to overcomplicate it. Yeah. And the only way you will get it is if you slow down in this physicality here.
Yeah, it's that's it. But, you know, I think some people are meant to have more energy and do more things physically here. And I know Tanya's amazing. I love that about her. She's like, doo. Whereas I'm a lot slower, you know, with how I am in my physicality. So, but it's interesting because Christine was saying that she's the same as Tanya. I can't remember a lot of her dreams, but I love what she's written here.
Yeah, Christine said, I've tried so much, but realised messages will come through when they are meant to, and be clear. I've accepted it is what it is for me. Correct.
I love it. Yeah, that's so true. And you know, if you want to play with remembering dreams, then yeah, just have a little bit of a play before you go to sleep. Like we were saying, just put out an intention. Can you share? And there's some I know. I'll share the ones that are on here that people have popped up as well. But can you share what you were telling me, Nick, about just that short version of your intention before sleep, and then what happened in your reality?
Because when I got this message this week about where we sit with, like, just flip it, the dreams and reality. And so I went to, and I have had other dreams this week which are more clearing, I think. But there was this one that came in this morning or last night, and it was actually me going on one of my choices, which was to where I do my tutoring, and having a discussion with the person that runs it about where we are with that. Now, normally, I would have been there 2 weeks ago after school holidays. And so I turned up just for a meeting. I thought I was going to go to work today in the dream. I turned up for the meeting, which was discussing what I would be doing. And it was like everything that I experienced in that dream. I get up this morning, I have a phone call with that person, the first we've had in 2 weeks, so I just haven't been well enough. And it played out. That dream played out in reality. It was so uncanny that even when that phone call was about to happen, I knew there was that knowing that everything, slight variations, but, you know, I had a white T-shirt on and it was really clear. It was really pointing it out. It was like this big white T-shirt was so dominant in all of it. And it was like you're being given clarity. You're being able to see where the two realities collide.
It's brilliant. So, yeah. And so this is like, we can ask that question, is our life the dream and are we remembering it? Is it vice versa? And this is what makes it so intriguing. And the more we actually ask questions, that's when I find we get more answers. And so things like Nick's describing, yeah, maybe we've got it backwards. So, you know, I love it. It's so cool. And remember, one of the chakra cards weeks we did, because we've only done the 3 so far, was clarity, wasn't it? So remember the clarity, the crown, and the base. So, yeah, I think a lot of that will play out. So I know with the crown chakra, when that opens, it's like other chakras can unblock as well. So to give us more clarity. So that's brilliant.
So that white lighting that you talk about, Marie, for helping people is a really good thing to do before bed as well. And then and I think it's when you set that intention, this is where faith comes in.
Yeah.
You've really got to have that faith in it. You can't doubt it. You just have to release it.
Just let it go, let go and let God. That's the secret to manifesting or to getting the answers. And so it's interesting because I don't know if I popped Kathleen's question up. Did we actually read her question? Because I think this is part of it. So let's read her question.
The question is, how do we know that our angels and guardians are positive? I feel like I've been fooled before in dreams or other times when I was younger. Like I trust Jasper because I trust your intuition about him. And I know I have guardians and guidance, but don't trust the guidance. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's interesting because isn't it interesting that you would trust my intuition before your own? So to me, that means this is great, an opportunity for you to start really tapping into your own, trusting your own intuition. But I love also what Kathleen has popped in here, because it's sort of, and it really resonates with what we were talking about. Where is it? I'll find it. Here it is. Yeah, so this is what Kathleen came back with, which I thought was really relevant.
Wow, that is so amazing. I do need to make it more of a ritual like that. That will help. I have 2 main lifetimes I remember. One after Atlantis, at Salem times of being killed because of my faith.
Yeah. So, and this is what I was saying. We've had many lifetimes where we have been persecuted for our faith, but this is the lifetime where that beautiful Fool card came up, and it's a whole new way of being able to experience life. I mean, people can be whatever they want to be. They can be spiritual, religious. They can, these days, they can be them, they, she's, hers. It doesn't matter anymore. So, you know, so that's, like I said, I think it's lovely. Yeah, do the saging, have a ritual that goes with it. Make sure you're in a safe space for yourself, and just ask the question. Yeah, and tap in to your divine being, to God. So yeah, and it's just practicing. So.
I just say one simple thing. Everything that comes in is for my higher self.
I love it. So that's another way to do it as well. So whatever resonates, isn't it? So yeah. Oh, Alicia's on. Hi. Let's
Hi Alicia, welcome. Oh, this is the first time catching you live. Isn't that exciting when that happens? I'm increasingly feeling like my waking life is just another one of my dreams. I glide through the days in a dreamy sensation. Yes.
Yeah, it's yeah, absolutely. And you know, as well, Alicia, what I can find is some days I'm much more etheric. You know, I wonder if you're also what they would say Vata in Ayurvedic type. Are you a Vata type person, Alicia? Are you sort of fairly light build and slight and like, you know, like to have amazing ideas, and because that can be very much more so if that's the type of Ayurvedic disposition you have. So, but I know there's days where I'm like that. I'm just going, oh my God, I can feel it. I'm going, this is a matrix, and I'm creating it as I look at it. So that's amazing. Yeah. So it's so true, isn't it? So
I've experienced that too after waking, where I've really haven't been grounded yet. I'm walking around, but I'm not grounded at all. I know that I'm just, you know, I feel like everything's fluid and floaty, and I'm thinking, are my feet even on the ground? They don't feel like they are, and everything's wobbling and moving around. I enjoy it for a little while. I can't stay in it all day, but it's just like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I know, but it is. You do have moments like that too, and it's like you're floating. So it's amazing. Layla, I was just talking about you to Nick this morning, and I was going, we know you're up in like the other side of the world to us. So yay, so nice to have you back on.
Oh, that is lovely. And yes, we need, for those people that English is not their current language, as in the one that they use constantly, we have to speak slowly because Aussies do tend to ramble and swallow words.
So yeah, so if we're speaking too fast, just tell us. Go slow down. So
yeah.
Oh look, yeah, Alicia's answered that as well.
Yes, I'm a creative. I work with textiles and need to create daily. Me too. I'm exactly the same. Yes.
Through your daydreaming and your that's amazing. So that's what I was getting as well. So so no, there's some really good comments and dreams on here, so I'll go back. I'm going to go back so I don't miss anybody because they sneak through. Let me just have a look and see where we're up to.
Yes, we're all connecting the dots right now. We're magnetizing even stronger than ever. So Marie.
No, that's right. We've done that one. Sorry, I'll just keep going. I know there's a couple in here that I wanted to pop up. Okay, Marie's popped up a scene. So.
Okay, so 3 scenes. 1 woman, dark hair, wider shoulders, green old-fashioned dress. Only saw chin down to the waist. 2 huge elk, huge antlers walking down the street. 3 huge lions, bigger than a jeep, just standing. 2 and 3, black and white.
That's pretty cool. You've got a lot of symbology in there, haven't you? So, so for people that don't know, of course, if you want to just start to get an idea of some archetypes or some symbology, the Dream Book by Betty Beth Buds is a really great way to do it. But even just looking at this, if people want to actually chime in and just say what stood out for them in this and what it meant, what they felt it meant. Of course, for everyone, we have our own personal archetypes and our way of looking at symbology. But so for Marie, I mean, there's the fact that there's so many numbers in there, there's so many 3s, there's so many 2s as well. So what are you getting from it, Nick, straight away? What was your intuition?
Well, as an archetype, you see a green old-fashioned dress. Old-fashioned could be some lineage there. It's a way of seeing history. So there's something about that coming through with that. Interesting. I want to look up chin.
Yeah, I'll look it up if you like. If you want to just
it says chin down to the waist.
So chin down to the waist. Interesting. Chin's not in here.
So
it might be in your book. So yeah, I'll look at face. But so your chin though, it's like you keep your chin up if you want to be positive or if you're going in the right direction. Chin up, chin up. Whereas so chin down, looking maybe even deep because it's dark hair. So is that looking into the, as you said, the lineage?
A bit of reflection perhaps going on there.
Yeah, and to remember as well, green is healing. So straight away, I'm feeling that this is a healing dream for you too.
Yeah.
And elk, I mean, elk to me, if there's a dream or if an elk or a deer or what else, stags or anything like that, to me, they're very spiritual. So like moose, all very, very spiritual to me, animals, like a message spiritually. So yeah. Did you find it at all or not? That was not in there?
No, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. Yeah. And then because we're talking about dress, because they say in the book and they talk about the clothes that we wear are the indication of what we project out there in the world. Like, how do we want people to see us by wearing certain things? And we can change that up. So if you have fancy dress dreams, you know, where you've got weird things on, it can often indicate the way you're dressed is what you want to project. So yeah, there's certainly some healing in that. And because you've got these animals, the elk and the lion, I mean, just take some time and sit with those animals and think about how they represent to you, because there's some meaning that they're trying to communicate to you about those animals. And, you know, 2 often indicates this balance, you know, or the side of, you know, masculine, feminine, or just getting general balance, inside, outside, as above, below. That's how I see 2s. And then
absolutely. And the elk, if we take the elk, and it could be a stag or a moose, it's a very powerful part of the self. So again, I feel this is something that's going on for you that's really healing as well. And the lions again have come up. Look at that for synchronicity. Our lions today. So, you know.
So there are codes in that. There is imagery and coding for you specifically that only you will be able to connect with. I mean, we give our interpretations, but there's something about that for you specifically that will trigger something for you positively.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the fact that they were huge and they were black and white, again, it's that, you know, yin yang. It's like we live in this duality. So, yeah, bigger than a jeep. Yeah, there's something very big definitely coming up. I'm actually going to pull a couple of cards for you on this one.
Yeah, that'll be great, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. Right, let's have a look and see if we can get some imagery with our cards. Wow, that's I'm just still getting it. It's quite a powerful dream. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe it. And I was asking specifically as well, does this have something to do with lineage? The first one up is, I love this one because it's your 9 of Swords, which is you don't have to worry about it. There's stuff going on at night, but you don't have to even worry about it, because what it's doing, that Fool card's here again, it's bringing in almost a new aspect for you within your life. Very healing dream is what I was getting, and I believe it is lineage. And you've got the power within you, that beautiful divine aspect of you. You're the one, you're the soul in this family line or lineage or whatever it is, to clear it. And I love it. 9 of Cups. This is all your wishes and desires emotionally have come to fruition. So yeah. So the work you're doing is whatever you're doing, it's perfect. It's working beautifully. So I love that. Yeah, it's amazing.
Maybe you could look for signs now in your reality here, where you might see things popping up, and you'll just get a knowingness about it.
Yeah.
Something will just, after pulling cards like that, especially, as I said to Marie earlier, I feel we're in a pinch point, and we're seeing, it's like the death of the old and the birth of the new, and we're seeing them together equally. And sometimes it can feel a little bit disorientating, but we're finding our way now. We're starting to realize where we're meant to be going.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's interesting. Like dreams, they can be as powerful as we allow them to be.
Yeah.
So, but it's great. We've just got a little bit more feedback from Kathleen on hers. What she's going through with the faith.
The lifetimes had to do with betrayal from those close to me, but I remember being true to my belief throughout the whole thing, which is why I'm finding it hard to be trusting of my guidance now. Yeah. Yeah.
And but this is why we have different experiences in different lifetimes. So we can have one like, oh my gosh, I've done everything right, and yet I still have my head chopped off, or whatever it is. And then the next one is, well, I'm completely free to do what I want, but I'm too scared to now because I might have my head chopped off. So these are that dichotomy between experiences, and then it gives us the opportunity to find that beautiful sense of faith and trust and belief again, and experience it in such a different way. That's all it is. It's just a whole different experience, which is what our lives are, literally. So,
and if something is deep rooted like that, and your verbal, just by you writing this down, is helping you to release it. But as I said to Marie, because this is a week where we're in a portal of releasing, and all the stuff we don't want to bring with us to the next phase, because of the Samhain period. Yeah. Write it down. Write down those fears.
Yeah.
And then on the 31st, and that is for anyone else, burn them, bury them, give them back to source, God, whatever, and let them go for once and for all.
Make it a ritual, make it a beautiful, positive ritual, releasing and allowing our beautiful divine gifts to come through. And, and I said, as my favorite saying now is thank you, universe, for showing me my true worth, and I accept it. Yeah, I love it. So, but it's great. We've got some Marie and Christine have both actually tuned into that dream as well with for Marie.
As you were reading, I felt the woman was a past mother. The elk and the lion are extremely strong animals, felt safe. It felt like knew them. Thank you so much. Yeah.
There you go. So that's beautiful confirmation. So even for Marie, it felt really relevant. So, and Christine.
I feel like something to do with strong heart. The green in the heart is central to chin and waist. Yeah.
Really good pickup. Thanks, Christine.
Right.
I knew there was healing there, and but thank you. That's really nice. It's sort of fine-tuning it even a little bit more. So that's really interesting. And that mother, if it's like a mother, energy, then of course it's always love, isn't it? Heart love from
Mm.
mother as well. So that's really cool. So
Mm.
yeah, so thank you. That's great. I love it. I love it when people like chime in, because literally it just gives another perspective that we might not be tapping into. It's awesome. It's like when a group of us get together and we're reading cards for each other. You know, someone next to me will say something like different, and I'll go, and I used to go, oh my God, did I read that wrong? But the messages I got was, no, this is just simply another perspective for them. So you've already given the message they needed from you. This is now something different that's been brought in from another angle. And I was like, oh, phew. And I used to get really stressed about it. Like, oh my God, what if I've read it wrong? Because this has got such a different aspect. No, it's perfect. So, yes.
Yeah. And that's our curious self, being open to anything and everything. And you think, yeah. I mean, that's why we have this group here talking about and sharing our thoughts. And I encourage anyone to put any thoughts they might have that drop in, because nothing is wrong.
Right.
It all helps. Remember, if we're playing out our dreams, which is our real reality, then everything that you are playing out has purpose.
Totally.
Whether it's a thought or an idea.
Yeah.
And that's the faith that we need to have in ourselves, that what we're getting is actually something we probably need to share or to process.
Yeah.
Mm.
So on that note, I might actually do have a look and see what's coming up for us this week with our chakras, and to see what messages and what that brings up for people. And I'll do a little meditation for us as well. So, because it always seems to be timely just about for everyone that sort of watches this afterwards. So yeah, but and while I'm doing that, do you want to read this one out from Kathy?
Yeah, Kathy says, I know I dream, but rarely do I remember them, and not even enough to share here. It's fun to hear everyone's experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And can I just say that I straight away got, when I was reading that, I know that faith that I see coming through there. I know. You do know.
Yeah.
And you know so much more. It's just that if we could remove all the constructs of understanding how we need to be, think, feel, put words to things, then this process would be a lot easier. But we've had those there. We break through. So yes, you're definitely dreaming.
Absolutely. So, and Layla said as well, she dreams a lot, but it fades so fast. So Layla, if you really want to tap into it, I would do what I suggested maybe with Tanya, is to just have a pen and paper under your pillow. I mean, even if some people record it, but then you've got to fiddle with your phone and you're sort of trying to see, whereas with this, all you need to do is write down one or two words, what's the main color of the dream. If you could, what would you call it if it was a movie? You know, that will then trigger you, and then you can go, oh, that's what it was. It's almost like, you know, it's like a trigger word. So if you want to, yeah, I know they fade fast, but one or two words, and you'll start using that as a hook in. So, yeah.
So, you know, this morning when I woke up, I didn't remember that dream I had initially.
Okay.
I knew I had a dream and I thought, oh, what was that? So I'm finding what I've done is that I have a moment, like if I put the jug on, which is the kettle or your boiling water, that phase while I do it is I don't do anything else, and I just listen and watch the jug boil.
Wow. So that's your
and it will drop in a word. And as soon as I actually saw the white T-shirt,
yes,
I just saw this white T-shirt again, and then it just, all the rest just started filling in the gaps for me then and there. So it doesn't always happen for me the same way, but yeah, you can create whatever little, remember, you're in charge.
That's right. And I love it because Kathleen's popped something up there for her as well. It helps work for her.
I use the I will remember my dream the next morning 3 times before sleeping, and it works. Takes a few days sometimes to get in the habit of remembering. Yes.
I love it. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's true. And our subconscious really hears that, you know, and it does. It's like I have an internal alarm clock. I don't actually need to set my alarm. I will wake up a minute before my alarm if I have set an alarm, you know. It's deep subconscious.
It's that repetition is very important for our brains to be able to process, to get that into our heads, to come out. It's because a lot of it does sit there and it doesn't go back into our intellectual mind. So the repetition of doing something again and again will eventually kick it into place. And the brain will be there to support you and go, yeah, okay, I'm going to remember your dreams for you now.
Yeah, totally. So there you go. So lots of really good, nice, simple, easy ideas. But so I have a card just jumped out, and it's so interesting because when just before I started shuffling, I picked up the pack and it was on the bottom of the pack, and then I shuffled and I was going, of course it flew out. It's, and it's our solar plexus. Which is really interesting. So I'm just going to read through a little bit about what our solar plexus with our chakra pertains to. So of course the color's yellow. Where's my things? It's this one here. I haven't got my chart with me today. So we've got a beautiful yellow color. So the ancient Sanskrit name for the solar plexus chakra is Manipura. It is located around or slightly above the navel. So it's around the belly button. This chakra is our main power center. It represents our free will and is where we draw the energy for our personal power, confidence, courage, and strength. It reflects the emotional body and our desire to attain a healthy self-esteem. When our solar plexus chakra is healthy and in balance, we feel inspired to express ourselves freely and shine our light on the world. We know we are worthy of good and can express joy into our life and out into the world. So it's all about confidence, appropriate self-discipline, empowerment, determination, and remember as well that feeling vortex aspect sits within where I see it within the solar plexus, and this is where energetic cords come to and from us. So if you feel drained around people, they're often very good at being able to pop a little cord through into that solar plexus and suck your energy. So, we can do a little cord. I'm just getting told now when I'm running the meditation, I'm going to teach you how to do a little cord cutting exercise as well, a couple of ways, because we want to keep our beautiful solar plexus nice and strong and intact. The other thing I'm going to mention as well, I know I've spoken to some people about this. If you've got close family, friends, children, whatever, and you support them, a lot of people will do it from the solar plexus. Now, what that does is that drains you. But you think, no, I love my child, or I love my friend, or I love my family. I need to do this. Another way that I got intuitively to work with this is to actually bring that up so that you're supporting them from your heart and from your heart chakra, because that's limitless. Whereas that is a personal power center, is your solar plexus chakra. And a lot of people go, oh, no, that means I don't love them. It's actually brilliant, because what you're doing is trusting. Number one, you've got faith that this is divinely guided because it's through that beautiful heart. There's no ego aspect to it. And you still have that gorgeous connection with them. But this can take time, like a little bit of time and practice to make it feel comfortable. But you'll notice that you will start to feel recharged. You will have more energy. You'll actually breathe easier because your heart's open, because you're actually prepared to give and receive and through the heart chakra. So that just came through for me to mention. So I don't know if anyone's experienced that, especially with kids, or pets, let us know if you've actually experienced that before. So Nick, have you experienced that?
Oh, as you were saying it, it's funny, you were leading me exactly to where I was thinking, which is if you feel like you're losing your power, to get that empowerment back into the solar plexus, which is where that's supposed to come from, go to where can you get something that's limitless, that doesn't matter? And that's the heart, the love, as you said. It doesn't run out, but we can drain ourselves with the solar plexus very easily, and through anxiety fear sits there beautifully. It likes to sit there and dwell. So that's good advice.
That's it, and it's around the stomach too. So a lot of people, when they get anxiety, they feel it in their stomach, and that's often because their solar plexus is being impacted. The adrenal glands get, kick in, and they get overstimulated. So everything happens. If we can keep our solar plexus nice and clear and strong, then a lot of those internal organs are also being fed with enough energy, and we're not being over-triggered. So, so this is a good one to get, I think, today, especially because we've been talking about faith, and that relates to personal power as well. So I think this is perfect. So the card is number 13, and it's personal power, which is beautiful. So I don't know if anything's standing out in that card, but guess who that reminds me of? A Mr. T certain person.
Fight the power.
So yes, so if there's anything that's standing out for people through the card, just pop it up and let us know. But yeah, to me, it just, and look with the gold, then look at the red coming through. And last week we did that base chakra, and that was the red, which was for our physical bones. It was for those physical lower organs. But it was also tribal, but it was bringing up energy. And the solar plexus is where we can actually bring it up into and really fill up. So, and through the yellow, through the sun. So, okay, I'm just going to have a little look at 13 and see what that says. Personal power. You've called upon this card today because it's time to step fully into your power. We are living a truly exciting time here on Earth. Yes, we are. And we are all encouraged and invited to live more from a place of empowerment. Over time, we have learnt to hand over our power to other people and situations, which has created imbalance and inequality. Sometimes we feel like other people know what's best for us and the situation at hand. And due to a lack of self-love and honour, we give our power over to them. It is now time to connect to your own wisdom, love, and personal power. Everything you require is within you. Now it is time to look within and listen to that loving wisdom and your own divine guidance. It's time to connect with your soul. At times, power can be misunderstood as negative or controlling. That comes from the ego. However, the power we are talking about here is love and comes from a place deep within our heart and soul. Oh my gosh, this is just so relating. Have you been handing your power over to others? Now is the time for you to reel it back in. It is time to make your own decisions and choices and allow the power of your soul to shine through, to create and manifest your heart's desire. Connecting with your personal power will bring an abundance of opportunity and magic to your life. Okay, so know you are supported fully by your higher self and the universe in this powerful and exciting transition. And the affirmation is, I am empowered. So I love that. So what we'll do is I reckon we should do a little meditation now, and I will do some, just get us to do some cord cutting, clearing in different ways. But of course, we always start with our heart opening because that's just what we do. So if you can sit nice and quietly and relaxed or lay down or have your feet on the floor, just let your body relax. Breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out, just let yourself drop deeper into the body. Just drop deep. Another breath in. And this time as you drop in, ask to be connected to your beautiful divine self. Whether that's your God, your higher self, whatever it is, just trust that you are now connected into that beautiful divine being within you. And now see, sense, or feel white light beginning to birth deep within your heart chakra. This white light has its own consciousness. So as it expands, it begins to release any blocks, any pain, anything that's not of love. And it just keeps expanding throughout your whole body, your whole energetic being. Again, releasing any cords, any hooks, clearing through your auric field, your etheric field. And as we allow that just to keep doing its thing, take your attention down into that solar plexus area. If you want, you can pop your hands on that tummy area. Now see, sense, or feel a silver spiral of light starting to work its way through your solar plexus chakra, all the way through the body and out the back. This silver light is clearing away any dross, anything that's even been there for a long time. And so the chakra begins to spin, whichever way is perfect for you. And as it does that, You can either use your fingers or use just in your mind's eye, cut any cords that are going from you to situations or other people. Just cut those cords where you might have been leaking energy. It doesn't matter where it's going to or who it's going to, just simply cut the cords. And then I want you to experience having the intention of pushing vibrant white light out through the solar plexus. So if there are any cords coming to you or from you that do not serve your highest will and good, this brilliant white lightning flash can simply burn them off. Just allow it to do its work. Again, you don't need to know where it's going or where it's coming from. And then once you've done that, see, sense, or feel a beautiful citrine crystal, yellow. The energy, the ray from that crystal going through into the solar plexus. Allow that beautiful yellow color as well to fill up the whole area. Allow it to flow through to all the organs, the stomach, the intestine, the liver, spleen, the adrenal glands, filling them up, revitalizing them. And then we drop amber, an amber drop into that belly button area. This will nurture and rejuvenate the glands that are in this area. Now have the intention of just gently turning down that chakra like you turn down a tap. Not so it's fully closed, just so it's a little bit less open. And this is going to help to keep your chakra balanced and protected. And just feel that beautiful yellow glow that is now starting to resonate through your whole body because your solar plexus chakra is balanced and spinning and nurturing. And just say to yourself now, I am empowered. I am safe and protected. I am guided by my true divine self. And now when you're ready, just know that that energy will just keep flowing and you can do that cord cutting and that rejuvenating whenever you need to. But just start to gently bring yourself back to the here and now. So wriggle your toes, focus on your breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, coming back to the here and now. Beautiful. Wow. I started sweating as soon as we started. I was like, whoop. Okay. So, and I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I could feel that really starting to just make me have more energy because I'd been a bit tired. And I was like, oh, that feels so much better. So this is something, yeah, that we can do whenever we feel we're being impacted. I would, and just for this week even, maybe check it each night before we go to sleep. Do your cord cutting. Do rejuvenate it with that beautiful citrine or amber and yellow and, clear it out because we probably have never done that much in our lifetime and it's probably got a lot of dross and it's like when you clean out an old pot, it's probably got a lot of sticky stuff. So that silver going through will help to clear that. So so that's something that you can do before sleep and you might find that you actually have clearer dreams because of that stuff. You haven't got interactions or this, coming from other energetic fields, through the solar plexus. So how did you find that one, Nick?
Thank you, Marie. Oh, brilliant. Really. But it does feel empowering.
Yeah.
It's such a strong core area, isn't it?
Oh,
I got 2 images, which was the sun, the central sun. I was that central sun in that area. And I also got the lion came in, and the
wow.
lion was sitting there, but he was like, you know, when a lion doesn't need to prove itself, people just know it's the king of the jungle. It can just sit over there and be relaxed. It kicks in when it has to, but it's that innate ability to be so calm within its power. So I saw this lion just relaxed. It's like you can relax now. The power's within.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that, I love how that ties into the dreams that we've had with the lion aspect today. Yeah. It's so perfect. So yeah. Did anyone else experience anything that came through for them? It's really lovely to share. So, you know, and just remember that's a beautiful imaging that goes with it as well. So yeah, Tony's on. Hi, Tony. So, but yeah, look, don't be afraid to do these little meditations before you go to sleep. You might be really surprised at how much better you feel as well. And you can do them in the morning to set yourself up for the day too. You know, so just turning it down a little bit, just closing the chakra a little bit can be really helpful. So,
and if you don't have citrine, use Marie's idea of the etheric citrine.
That's what I was putting through energetically as I was running this. So anyone watching this afterwards, you will still get that energetic hit that I run through. I'm always running energy when I'm talking through the meditation. But yeah, I use etheric crystals. Just drop it like an essence. Drop a drop of amber, a drop of the citrine, and just pop it through.
Yeah.
So yeah, so interesting because Kathleen's talking about the lines.
The line next to my grandson was very relaxed and walking powerfully, warm honey gold colour in my chakra. Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful. So look, it always comes, you know, when we have these intentions and we're all communicating together, you know, those cards, everything just comes through when it's perfect timing, divine timing. So there, that's lovely. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Marie. It sets us up for a nice week ahead too.
It does. So yeah, so maybe let's look at where are there times in our lives where we are maybe giving away our power, and where are there times now where we're prepared to claim and own our power and take responsibility for our choices. So, which is interesting. So, all right, we're going to let you all go. It's that time. And thanks, Nick, and thanks everyone for being here. You're very loved. And we will see you next week.
Yes. And I will promise to talk about the painting behind me because someone has asked that question. So it didn't feel right today. So we'll do it next week. Yeah.
Next week. Okay. Good remembering. Bye.
Bye.